High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, Section 10 and Section 7, I would like to welcome you to Maxey Hall on the campus of City Potsdam for the 2023 New York State Public High School Athletic Association Men's Basketball Championships, presented by the American Dairy Association Northeast. This is the Class B Sub-Regional, featuring the Beekmantown Eagles and the Potsdam Sandstormers. Ladies and gentlemen, the schools of the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, Section 7 and Section 10, encourage spectators to enjoy the competition between our student athletes and cheer for their teams in a positive manner. Negative comments and/or behavior will be addressed by appropriate site personnel and may result in removal from this venue. We thank you for your support and enjoy the game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Section 10 champions, the Beekman Eagles. At guard, a 5'8" junior, number 2, Peyton Hughes.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Oh, here. between Beekmantown and Potsdam. Starting lineups first, starting for Potsdam, number 4, Ian Van Wagner, number 10, Theo Hughes, number 15, Tanner Race, number 24, Dylan Lamora, and number 33, Brody Delaney. Starting for Beekmantown, number 2, Peyton Va, number 15, Josh Sand, number 21, Brady Mannix, number 23, Nate Parliament, and number 34, Josh Bergen. So Hughes going to take the tip for Potsdam. Tip quickly won by Beekmantown. They get it down low to Parliament. Shot no good. Rebounded by Potsdam. So Van Wagner going to bring the ball up for Potsdam. He's an 8th grader, so definitely he's a star on his team. He already has 1,000 points as an 8th grader, which is very impressive regardless of how old you are. Hughes handing it off to Race. Back to Van Wagner. 7 on the shot clock. Van Wagner's going to take a 3 blocked by Sand. Sand's going to dish it off to Mannix, but he takes one too many steps and turns the ball back over to Potsdam.
Yeah, both these teams have matched up twice this year. And Beekmantown's come out on top on both contests.
Van Wagner. Did we get the scores on those, or?
Well, one of them happened on December 1st, and it was 77-44 Beekmantown. The other one was January 16th, Beekmantown 60, Potsdam 52. So there's been some progress since the first and second game, so I would imagine tonight, it's tough to beat a team 3 times, they always say. This ought to be an interesting contest.
Sam inbounding the ball to Lamora. Van Wagner makes his way through the defense. You can see double tee him off a screen, and Potsdam a little unaware the shot clock does run out of time.
I think, the key is Beekmantown knows that the offense primarily runs around Van Wagner. Double teaming him, trying to shut him down. It's going to shut the rest of the team down.
So the Eagles on the other end. Sand makes a move, dishes it off to Bergen. He puts one off the glass for the first points of the game. So Potsdam breaking a press. Hughes going end to end. Ball gets tipped and hit off his foot out of bounds. So it's going to swing back to Beekmantown's ball. Offense setting up here for the Eagles. And a foul going to be called on Hughes. And Beekmantown is going to take it out onto the basket. They get it into Sand. Sand's going to put up a 3, no good. Rebounded by Van Wagner. Van Wagner looking back at his coach, making a call. Doesn't use the screen. Puts up a shot, no good. And a rebound by Mannix is a little too late as he had a foot on the line. So it's going to remain Potsdam's ball.
Beekmantown has spent a lot of time in Section 10. They played Potsdam, they played Ogdensburg, and they've also played Heuvelton.
Sand coming down the other way. Swings it out, round up top. Mannix now. Back to Bergen. Bergen swings it over to Parliament. He puts up a shot, no good. With 10 seconds left on the shot clock. A shot put up from deep by Mannix is no good. And a travel is going to be called on Lamora off the rebound.
Yeah, I think he expected a foul call when he was down there, but as it was, he's all by himself on his back. Well, one way, you get a call for travel.
A good defense there by Van Wagner, almost knocks the ball free. They get it off to Bergen, and his floater is good from deep. So they press again, shown from the Eagles. They do get across half court. Double team on Van Wagner. And they're just face guarding him, not letting him touch the ball. And when Van Wagner's got the ball, everybody's got his eyes on him. Delaney trying to get it in down low, turns the ball over to Mannix. And a foul on Race. And a quick timeout by Potsdam.
Yeah, I pointed out earlier, Beekmantown familiarity with teams in Section 10. They expanded their non-league schedule. Traveled into Section 10, like I said, played Potsdam twice, played Ogdensburg at least once or twice this season, and also played Heuvelton in Heuvelton's tournament. They were in the championship game against Heuvelton. They had to go through Ogdensburg to get there. It was a fairly close contest, and Heuvelton came out on top in their own tournament. So, if you think about the different matchups that they've had, it's definitely helped them along the way to get here and to be Section 7 champions.
So both teams now coming out of their huddles. So far, a low-scoring contest, only 4 points scored in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Apologize.
Sand gets it down low to Parliament, and his shot is up and good for 2. So Van Wagner's got the ball. Setting up the offense. Waiting for things to clear up. Makes a move on the defender. Swings it back out to Race. Race gets it down low to Delaney. Delaney puts up a shot and is fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
And so the foul on Beekmantown, Peyton, are you pronouncing it Vo? Or?
I'm not too sure on the pronunciations of that.
Well, hopefully we're close. So that's his first personal foul.
So Delaney's first shot's up and no good. Substitution coming here for the Eagles as Bronson's going to sub into the game.
Beekmantown plays a pretty intense defense, trying to expand the court and put some pressure on their opponent. And they play a pretty high, fast-paced game.
Delaney knocks down the second and puts Potsdam on the board. Bronson. Eventually it makes its way to Sand. Sand puts up a shot, but a travel is going to be called beforehand.
So here comes Beekmantown, the full court pressure.
So nobody even across half court. Van Wagner gets it and really got up there. He can dunk. I've seen him do it before in practice, not in game. But man, it looked like he could have grazed the rim there if he wanted to.
That was a nice press break that Potsdam had. Him cutting, Van Wagner cutting through the lane like that up through the middle and looking to hit him.
And a three-point shot by Parliament is good.
So about 3 minutes to go here. Beekmantown answers.
Rays gets it off to Delaney. Ball tipped, eventually finds its way to Van Wagner. Hughes drives in and fouled on his way up. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
And that foul is going to be on Sand. And that's going to be his first. I think the key for Potsdam here is that they can break that press on that transition offense. They're going to have a lot more opportunities rather than maybe playing a half-court offense.
Yeah, and so a substitution is going to come in here for Beekmantown. Laborde is going to sub into the game for Parliament, who just hit a big 3 on the other end. Hughes misses the second shot, goes 1 for 2 from the line. Beekmantown with a 3 from Mannix, but the ball off the back of the rim hits some ropes above the shot clock.
Those protective wires are in the front of the backboard, but I always wondered if they could be on the other side. It just seems like
we've been commentating in this gym for a while, and we've seen a lot of shots hit that wire. So Van Wagner makes a move. Takes a 3. Just off the mark. Now the Eagles are coming down. Laborde gets it down low to Bergen. His shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Puts another shot up and is fouled.
And that foul is going to be on Lamora. That's going to be his first, team third.
So Bergen sinks the first. And Lamora on the other end trying to camp out in the corner, but he is spotted. Van Wagner gets the rebound. He's quick to push it up court, running past everybody, but does eventually decide to take the ball back out. So Van Wagner going to bring the ball way back out, set up a play. This is it off to Race. And Race drives down the middle, and the ball is tipped out of bounds by Beekmantown.
Entering back in the contest is Parliament for Beekmantown. And his teammate Wyatt Laborde comes out.
Van Wagner gets it into Race. Swings it to Delaney, and now back to Hughes. Hughes looking to get at Van Wagner, heavily guarded by the Eagles. Delaney dishes it off down low to Race, and Race puts up a nice shot.
Yeah, just in time, just about the time the shot clock was about to go off.
So Potsdam brings the lead down to 4. And the Eagles go the other way. Mannix puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Bergen, and he puts one up and in for 2. And Parliament strips Van Wagner and sends Beekmantown the other way. Bergen takes a jumper, no good, rebounded by Van Wagner once again. So just 35 seconds left in the first quarter, 25 on the shot clock, so they are going to have to get a shot off before the quarter ends. Hughes fakes a pass out to the corner and goes up himself and is fouled, so he'll go to the line.
And that's going to be Mannix's first.
So just 27 seconds on the shot in the quarter, so shot clock's going to get turned off. 3 fouls on each team as substitutions come into the game for both teams.
This has been Hughes' second attempt to the line. He's 1 for 3.
So Murdoch's going to make his way into the game for Delaney. Hughes is going to sink his second attempt. 12-7 is the score. Bronson with the ball. Ball makes its way to Parliament. He switches it back over to Bronson. Bergen makes a move. He tries to put one off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Van Wagner. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. 12-7. Eagles up by 5.
You're watching live coverage of the sub-regional NYSPHSAASX sectional playoffs between Section 7 and Section 10 on this NFHS network. NFHSnetwork.com is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of high school sports. For live games, the full game replays, the highlights, it's all there at the NFHS.com. So appreciate you tuning in. And Bergen for Beekmantown seems to be the key player here, having a handful of points. Been to the line once, 1 for 2. He's got 7 points, and he's got that last shot before the end of that quarter. Other than that, for scoring for Beekmantown, Parliament has had a 3 and a 2. And other direction for Potsdam, Van Wagner, who recorded his 1,000th point scoring as an 8th grader. Did so in the Section 10 overall finals against Governor. Or actually, it was against, it was the Section 10 overall final, semifinals, and I believe it was against Hewelton when he scored that. But he is their key player, and he's unable to get too many points up going here, but he's had the ball in his hands quite a few times. Pretty active player.
So Potsdam with the ball to start out the second quarter. Down 5. Ball handed off to Lamora. Over to Hughes. Back to Murdoch on the wing. I think they're trying to create something off a screen. They get it to Van Wagner. He goes the other way, tries to put up a shot, but is fouled on the way out. So they're going to say that's on the ground. Kind of hard to believe that was on the ground. It looked like he was up in midair when he was trying to put a shot off.
Yeah, I don't believe the coach was pretty reactive as far as not agreeing with that. That's going to be his second foul, Sand's second foul.
So Van Wagner gets the ball. A little bit of confusion on Potsdam's side. He gets the ball right back and decides to reset and get his offensive sets going. Makes a move on the defender, drives to the right, makes a spin move. Dishes it out to Lamora. He puts up a 3-point shot, but is fouled and will go to line shooting 3.
And that foul is going to be on Dixon for Beekmantown. So the fouls start to mount here for Beekmantown with 5 team fouls.
So Lamora, it's his first shot in the back of the net. Lead down to 4.
He's going to get 3 attempts here with taking that 3-point shot and getting fouled. That's a pretty hefty foul to commit when you're trying to expand the lead.
So Bronson's going to make his way back into the game for Sand. Lamora made his second, so the lead down to 3, and he makes his third, getting the lead back down to 2. So Van Wagner picking up on Parliament at half court. Bronson puts up a shot from the baseline, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles, but stripped by Van Wagner. Van Wagner's gonna get it over to Lamora. Eventually it finds its way to Hughes. And a shot put up by Murdoch is no good. And the ball tied up between Lamora and Bronson's going to result in a jump ball, which the possession arrow swinging over towards Beekmantown.
Beekmantown uses their bench quite often. They use a variety of different players in and out, either to give rest or whatever. But those coming off into the contest are able to help out in different ways, either defensively or offensively. Kind of a low-scoring game.
So Beekmantown with a lot of new subs into the game. Parliament puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Race. Van Wagner driving left. He's off his feet, and he puts up a nice finger roll and ties the game up at 12. So the Eagles get it back out to Mannix. Makes a move. Dishes it off. Bergen gets the ball back. Parliament now looking inside. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bergen takes a long jumper. No good. Rebounded by Van Wagner. Van Wagner over to Lamora. He's wide open and gets a friendly bounce off of the rim, and Potsdam takes a three-point lead. And so a timeout's going to be taken here by Beekmantown, and right now, Potsdam's got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, Beekmantown just, they started off strong, and Bergen was the one answering for most of their points. In fact, they've only got two players in the point column, and the key here is Potsdam. Lamora has that three-point foul shooting effort, going 3 for 3 there, and then hitting a big three-pointer. And then Wagner coming back and hitting a key too. I mean, that's really the key to their offense at this point. Getting some other players involved for Potsdam is going to be huge down the stretch if they want to keep this lead. And they've done a good job trying to get back into the contest,
Yeah, and I think the Potsdam's kind of realized that they might have to lean a little bit off Van Wagner. Of course, he gets a couple baskets here and there, but Beekmantown's been all up in his face, double-teaming him after a screen and just trying to take the ball out of his hands and force somebody else to put up a shot.
Beekmantown really, I guess they need to get some other players involved here. So we'll see. They got a player coming in and off the bench.
So coming out of the timeout.
And I don't see his name on the roster here, but number 12 for Beekmantown. I'll try to figure out who that is.
Maybe a JV call-up that they haven't seen in the regular season so far. Nonetheless, a basket here by the Eagles. Getting this lead back down to 1 with just 5 minutes left in the first half. Lamora in the corner where he just hit a 3. Passes it to Van Wagner. Van Wagner to Race, swinging around the top of the key. Ball stripped from Lamora and tied up between Bergen and Lamora, and that ball's going to stay in Potsdam's possession. So substitution coming into the game here for Potsdam. Delaney's going to make his way back in for Race. Lamora quick to pick up his dribble. He's stuck out by the logo. And Potsdam runs out of time.
Just had some miscommunication, I think, on their offense and wasted too much time.
And a turnover as the big down low turns the other way. As the pass comes in, and Ian Van Wagner is quick to put one up and in on the other end, extending their lead back to 3.
Van Wagner has a nice little floater.
And he really gets up there. Feels like he's almost eye level with the rim, and he just lays it up and in for 2. So Bergen makes a powerful move towards the basket. And his shot's no good, but a foul is going to be called.
Foul's going to be called on Beekmantown. That's our mystery player, number 12.
Hopefully they say something over the intercom here. They said Pereira. But Van Wagner on the other end dishes it off to Lamora. His shot's no good. And Beekmantown's going the other way. Ray's trying to take a charge. And after Leo picks up the ball, he gets tied up, and a jump ball stays with the Eagles. So Laborg going to make his way in here for Beekmantown. And a foul going to be called on Delaney. They weren't even near where the ball was.
Yeah, that was kind of strange, but obviously they must have something away from the play. But he picks up Delaney. Picks up his first foul.
And a bad pass goes all the way to the other end. But since it was an inbound play, over and back is non-existent. And a three-point shot here from Mannix is no good. Rebounded by Hughes. Van Wagner uses his speed to get around the defender. Drives in and lays one up, and what an impressive end-to-end play there by Van Wagner. Just in 8th grade. And it's just hard to believe. He's got 1,000 points, as we've said, as an 8th grader. And a timeout going to be called here by Beekmantown.
Potsdam's got to be feeling good right about now. I mean, the fact that they've trailed at the beginning of the contest in the first quarter, and now look at, they're up by a few points here, and definitely seem to have the momentum. You can relive all the incredible moments from today's matchup on demand at the NFHSnetwork.com. You can also get a digital copy. It's available for purchase. Just click the digital copy button under the event video player to download today's broadcast directly to your device. That's kind of a neat option. You want to keep the event for future contests? Just come back for a replay. It's a great way of doing it. A lot of these games are on demand as well. So 3:15 to go in the second quarter. We have the student section filling up for Potsdam, and quite a crowd here in the backyard of in the town of Potsdam, Maxey Hall.
Yeah, big advantage for Potsdam. Basically, their whole school is here supporting them in their hometown. And out of the timeout, Laborde's going to hit a 3 and bring the lead back down to 2. And the Eagles are going to come out of in a press. Potsdam just gets the ball over half court, and a nice fake there sends Bergen up on his feet. And Delaney draws the foul.
And that's going to be Bergen's first foul and their team's 7th foul. So they are going to be here in bonus, but this is a 2-shot foul.
Delaney goes 2 for 2 from the line. Potsdam up 4, 2:45 left in the first half. So Mannix calling the shots for the Eagles. Makes its way out to Laborde. And Beekmantown struggling to get it in. And a kick's going to be called on Van Wagner. So Beekmantown's going to get the ball into the basket.
Good defensive pressure by Potsdam. Just keeping them, Beekmantown, outside on the perimeter.
Van Wagner driving in and fouled on his way up, so he's going to go to the line shooting 2. And he had another foul for Beekmantown. That puts him on 8 so far throughout this contest.
And that is one thing I remember watching Beekmantown early on in the season, is that they seem to commit a lot of fouls. They very active on their defense, and so that's helpful for any opponent that they have.
And as we've noted so far, it seems like they kind of have like 8 or 9 players who just seem to come in. So maybe that's part of their play style. They like to be aggressive, commit fouls, and if they do foul out, they've always got somebody there ready to come in and fill their shoes. Three-point shot attempt by Mannix is no good. Rebounded by Bergen. Back out to Vu. His shot's no good. And Delaney gets the rebound. Van Wagner driving right. Met by 2 defenders. And Delaney gives it right back to him. Hughes over to Delaney. Van Wagner coming off a screen. He gets double teamed, drives right, kicks it to Lamora in the corner. His three-point shot might have been tipped, but a foul on Hughes under the basket gives the Eagles the ball. And so that's Hughes' second of the night.
I think the team thinks they're shooting, but
the bonus is 7. For the girls, it's 5.
Yeah.
For every quarter, they reset, and 5 is for the girls' bonus, but the bonus is 7 here for the boys and 10 for double bonus. So 1:30 left in the second quarter, 22-17. Potsdam up 5. Parliament swings it over, sets a screen for Bergen. Bergen gets the ball in the wing. Drives into the paint, puts up a shot, gets a friendly bounce, and falls in for 2. And ball stolen, and a nice pass from Mannix finds Bergen under the basket. And he goes up, gets fouled, and go to the line shooting 2. And it just looked like they knew where Potsdam was going. They're trying to get it back to Van Wagner, and the ball just tipped and stolen in the backcourt.
So off the bench, Murdoch's going to be his first foul.
And Parliament's first shot is no good. Parliament makes his second. They do get it to Van Wagner this time. They go across to Race. Race back to Van Wagner. Guarded heavily. Loses the dribble, gets it back. And finds Race down low as his defender got lost trying to guard Van Wagner. And just a great heads-up play. And Van Wagner really just sees the court well.
Yeah, all the attention was on Van Wagner, and there's Race wide open underneath.
So shot clock turned off. Bergen makes a move, drives into the paint, kicks it out. And Mannix turns the ball over, and Potsdam's got 10 seconds with it left. Van Wagner gets the ball back. 5 on the clock. Double team. They dish it off to Murdoch. His shot is up and no good. And Potsdam leads by 4 at the half.
Today's game is also available for all subscribers with the NYSPHSAASX Network mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download it from the App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live and on-demand games wherever you are. Well, this has been an incredible game so far between the Section 10 B champion and the Section 7 B champion. It's tough to beat a team the third game, knowing that these two teams have already competed with one another twice, and Beekmantown being the victor in both those contests. What do you think the key is to Potsdam's strategy here, Sam?
They've done a great job so far with passing the ball, and Van Wagner has just been a huge part in the success. He's got to have close to 8 or 10 so far throughout the match, and he just creates so many open looks for Potsdam. And so far, they've just they were down early, but they came back and they've kind of controlled the second quarter and maintained this lead of around 3 to 5 points.
Yeah, and the other thing is that Beekmantown has put them on the line several times, and they've had Potsdam now has had 13 attempts at the foul shot lines, charity stripe, and have scored 9 out of the 13. So that's huge, putting a team on the line that many times. Gives you a little bit of an advantage if it's Potsdam.
Yeah, definitely a big opportunity for scoring points, but also could come back to haunt them later in the game, as they might run into some foul trouble later down the road.
So we have about 8 minutes and 30 seconds before the second half here. We're going to take a little break, and we'll see you back here during that time. Thanks for tuning in to the NYSPHSAASX Network. We'll see you in a bit.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
All right, we are back here at Potsdam State Maxey Hall, New York State Boys Basketball Regional Semifinal between the Beekmantown Eagles of Section 7 and the Potsdam Sandstoners. This is the Class B semifinal. Beekmantown coming into this contest 17-5, Potsdam coming in at 11-12. The winner of today's contest will play Catholic Central Saturday, March 11th. 5:15 p.m. at Hudson Valley Community College. Catholic Central is out of Section 2. So the winners Section 7 and Section 10 play off, and they'll play the winner of Section 2 to go on to advance to the New York State Final Four.
So Potsdam coming out here, but looks like the Eagles actually just sat down to talk about maybe their game plan and their strategy going into the second half.
So score at this point, Potsdam leads by 4. 24-20 is the score. Low scoring game. Don't you believe?
Yeah, pretty low scoring. We've seen heavy defense from both sides and a little bit of foul trouble for the Eagles. So we'll see if they keep the aggression up in the second half or if they lay off a little bit. Van Wagner's got the ball. Dishes it to Lamora in the corner. Back to Delaney. Makes a nice move inside. And puts one off the glass for 2. Potsdam up 6. Mannix coming the other way. Makes its way over to Sand. He gets it down low to Vu, and his shot is no good. Van Wagner driving baseline. Dishes it back out to Race. And it eventually does make its way back to Van Wagner. Using 2 screens and a 3rd screen, and it looks like they're just kind of switching on Van Wagner and making sure he doesn't get a 3-point shot off. Double teamed again. He tries to get it into Delaney. Pass tipped and stolen by the Eagles. So Bergen makes a nice move. Shot just off the mark. Rebounded by Race. Delaney's got it going the other way. They get it back to Race and hand it off to Van Wagner. Van Wagner swings it over to Hughes in the corner, heavily defended by Bergen. And a nice pass from Delaney down low to Race, and he puts one off the glass for 2. Potsdam up 8. So they get the ball down low to Parliament, but they're going to get Race on a foul before the shot went off, so they're going to take it up underneath.
Potsdam foul number 15, Tanner Race, his second, team's first.
That's Race's 2nd foul on the night, and there is his 3rd on the night. This time will send Parliament to the line shooting 2.
Potsdam coming out quick with 4 straight points in the second half, leading Beekmantown 28-20. They have a really, before they went into the locker room in that second quarter, they really had a good game plan going on, and they've come right back out and stuck with it.
Parliament sinks his 2nd free throw. Van Wagner quick to bring it down the court. Makes a move on the wing. Goes back towards the midline. Dishes it out. Makes its way back to Hughes. Hughes makes a nice move and makes a basket with an and 1. Potsdam student section going wild. And he's going to go to the line to shoot 1, and if he makes it, will bring this lead into the double digits.
And that's going to be Parliament's first foul for Beekmantown.
And Hughes does sink the free throw. Potsdam up 31-21. Bronson kicking it out to Mannix. Mannix guarded by Delaney. Gets its way over to Bergen in the corner and down to Sand, but a foul is going to be called on Van Wagner. So Van Wagner picks up his 2nd of the night. And Bergen's going to take it out of bounds for the Eagles. Shot missed by Sand and rebounded by Hughes. Van Wagner's going to go the other way. Kind of loses control of the ball. Mannix gets it. Dish off to Bergen, and he's going to put one off the glass for 2 and bring the lead down to 8. Potsdam gets it across half court to Delaney. Over to Hughes, and Van Wagner's going to get the ball right back. Van Wagner gets a shot off from the elbow and swishes it. And man, he's just fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah, he sure is, and he has the ball quite a few of the times. either ball handling and looking to distribute or taking shots. If Potsdam stays with their, I mentioned this earlier, just stays with their game plan, doesn't throw the ball away a lot, they can maintain the tempo of the contest here.
So Van Wagner gets the ball back. Up at the top, hands it off to Lamora. Over to Hughes. Lamora gets the ball back, driving to the right. Puts up a shot, up and in for 2. And Potsdam's up 12.
The majority of their, Potsdam's points have come around near the rim. Beekmantown really does not have an answer at this point.
It's a little odd because from up here, it looks like Beekmantown's got a size advantage, but Potsdam is just on a run right now.
And Beekmantown just, I know they really want to go to Bergen quite a bit, but it's been quiet throughout the player roster here. The last three-pointer that Beekmantown has come from Wyatt Laborde, number 11. And it looks like he may be going back into this contest. I thought when he was in there earlier, he just had a nice touch on his shot, and but he, he's not a starter, just a reserve, and goes in every once in a while. But maybe occasionally you get a guy with a hot hand. Keep him in there.
And Potsdam was up 4 at the half, 24-20. Has scored 11 points in this first 4 minutes of the second half to the Eagles 3.
Beekmantown just looking to try to find a consistent 5 out there.
Yeah, it looks like there's just so many people coming off the bench, and we see the Isaiah Francois coming in for the first time. Van Wagner getting it to Lamora. Lamora's going to drive baseline. Tries to put up a reverse layup, but is fouled and will go to the line shooting 2.
And Lamora was huge in the game against Governor, I believe, in the Section 10 finals. And that was an upset game. Potsdam was the visitors at that point and was seeded a little lower seed than Governor, who was the top seed, and they came in, and first time they've won a championship in several years.
So Lamora goes 1 for 2 from the line. They get it down low to Sand. Sand makes a move and creates a wide open shot from the block and shortens the lead to 11.
That's Sand's first points of the game.
Nice pass to Hughes. He gets the defenders jumping, and a foul called on Bergen, and he's not too happy, but 3 players jumped up off that shot fake, so great move there by Hughes. And he just waits till they're coming back down to go back up to draw that foul.
Yeah, it was a nice pump fake and drew him up in the air, and they came right down on him.
So that is Laborde's 3rd foul coming off the bench, and just another player who might find himself in foul trouble later in the 4th quarter. So Hughes makes his 2nd. Potsdam up 12, 3:20 left in the 3rd quarter. Laborde calling the shots. They get into Sand. Back to Laborde. Fakes a 3-pointer. Hands it off to Bronson. They get it back to Sand with a nice pocket pass to Bergen. And he kisses one off the glass for 2. Van Wagner, very quick to get it down the court. He does that a lot, trying to catch the defense maybe by surprise and create a quick basket. And a great pass to Hughes, but he was unable to connect with the basket. And a Mishandled ball after a tip from Van Wagner by Laborde. Creates a turnover for Potsdam. So a substitution coming in. Race coming into the game for Marone. So Van Wagner gets the ball, dishes it off to Hughes. Hughes driving down the right, tries to get it to Race. Picks up his dribble. He's double teamed and a smart timeout there by Potsdam's head coach, Justin Todd.
High school sports fans, never miss another game. Subscribe to the NFHS network to watch live and on-demand event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sports nationwide. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, your NFHS network, your home for high school sports. And this is quite a contest in regards to high school sports for sure. Potsdam leading 37-27 by 10. 2:20 to go in the third period. Potsdam, you know, I always said if you are able to hit your foul shots down the stretch, it's going to pay off. And that's what seems to be Potsdam is doing. In this, just in the second half alone, they've been at the line now, and they've had 6 attempts, and they're 50% from the line. A key foul shot came from Hughes when he hit a two-pointer and went to the line for the three-point play and was able to convert.
Nice pass to Delaney and a foul called on Beekmantown once again. Players are not too happy. That time that foul is going to come on Laborde, and I believe that's his 4th. So most likely a substitution coming in for him shortly by Beekmantown. For now, Delaney's going to shoot 2 from the line. First shot, no good.
So Laborde coming out with 4 fouls, coming off the bench as a reserve, adding some spark to the team, but now has to find his way to the bench to sit out for a while with 4 fouls.
So Laborde coming off the bench, but he does seem to play a lot of minutes in this game so far. And Delaney goes off 2 from the line, but an offensive rebound by Race, and he puts one back up for 2. Potsdam up 12, 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
That's a huge rebound for Race.
And 2 missed free throws, and he's able to just get that back with an offensive rebound and a bucket. And an answer from Parliament as he puts up a 3 and swishes it, so he brings the lead back down to 9. Race puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Bergen. Looking up the court. Met by 2 Potsdam defenders. Sand swings it out. Ball almost lost, but Bergen grabs it before it goes out of bounds. Parliament into Sand. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to Sand. He fakes a shot, drives in, and puts up an underhand layup for 2, getting this lead down to 7. So less than a minute left in the third quarter. Van Wagner bringing the ball up for Potsdam. Face guarded and waiting for a offensive play to set up. Lamora on the wing, looking into Delaney. Delaney gets it. Kicks it out to Hughes. Hughes puts up a jumper and swishes it. Potsdam back up 9. Shot clock turned off. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And Parliament's going to take his time. Probably looking for a last shot. 15 left in the quarter. They swing it over to Sand. 10 seconds left. Makes a move on Delaney. Drives baseline. Tries to get it over to Bergen. Unsuccessful. They get it to Lamora, and he tries to put up an underhand layup, but it is tough with that much momentum to grab the ball and put it back up. And he just misses the mark. Potsdam up 9, 41-32 with the final quarter remaining in this sub-regional game.
And that was quite a pass by Wagner, Van Wagner, into his teammate. He had quite a stretch there to reach that ball, and I know the coach wanted the conversion of 2 points going into the fourth quarter for sure. Key here for Potsdam, they have 5 different players scoring. Yeah.
Looks like 80 minutes left in the game, but I'm sure they meant to put 8.
Compared to Beekmantown, who only has 3 players scoring in that second half. Sand came in, makes some big points for Beekmantown. He's got 4 points. And Bergen putting 4 more points on the board out of his total of 13 points. And Parliament hitting a key 3 for Beekmantown. But, no stretch out of the imagination, and is this game over in any means? We got 8 minutes left here to go, and it can be a switch at any point. But Potsdam's got to stick to their game plan, controlling the boards and making their foul shots. You can relive all these incredible moments of today's matchup on demand at NFHS Network, and a digital copy is also available for purchase. So just click that digital copy button under the event video player to download today's broadcast directly to your device. And we are going into the final stretch of the fourth quarter.
Mannix swinging it over to Sand. Down low to Parliament. And back down to Bergen from the block. He puts one up and in for 2, and the lead down to 7. Race over to Lamora, and the pass just right through his hands and out of bounds. And not a great start for Potsdam.
Yeah, Potsdam's got to be more patient.
And it's really easy to have a 7 or 9 point lead and just start to play conservative. But Potsdam's got to keep what they've been doing up and maintain this lead. And a turnover on the other end by the Eagles is going to make its way back into Potsdam's hands.
So Beekmantown coming up into this press, full court press. We'll see how.
And so a blocking call going to be called there on Sand, and it just looked like he was trying to sell that hard. I really don't think there was that much of contact on Van Wagner's side.
Well, I don't think Sand had his feet set when he got into that position.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of ran up and tried to get them set quickly, but was unable to get them set in time for a charge to be called. Van Wagner over to Lamora. He fakes the 3, puts up a floater, and a nice shot from the baseline. Puts Potsdam back up 9 with 7 minutes left in the game.
Lamora just contributed so nicely. He's not a big major factor in scoring a lot of points, but when he gets the ball in his hands, he makes something happen.
And a 3-point shot attempt by Mannix is long. And Potsdam's going to be going on the other way. And as we were talking about earlier, Lamora, he likes to camp out in the corner. And when his player kind of gets dragged in by Van Wagner's offensive threats, Van Wagner likes to dish it to him. We've seen him make 3-point shots from the corner, and we've also seen him fake them and go into the baseline. And a bad pass there by Erase makes its way into the hands of Bergen. He makes a nice spin move and touches it off the glass for 2. So 6:30 left in the game. Van Wagner quick to drive the other way. Tries to put like a underhand spin shot. And a quick turnover as a result of Van Wagner.
Yeah, Potsdam's just gotten lucky there because, Potsdam came down and went right into a shot rather than trying to control the clock a little bit. So getting the ball back's huge for them.
And the clock definitely in favor of Potsdam here, as every second that ticks off is music to the Sandstoners' ears. And just another turnover there by Potsdam. Seems like it's been 2 possessions straight on both ends. So a missed shot by Bergen. Van Wagner dishes it off to Lamora. Lamora puts up a 3 and swishes it. Lamora extends the lead to 10, and Potsdam crowd is going wild. They love it. And with the home court advantage here, you can really just feel the momentum swinging towards Potsdam.
That's a huge basket for Lamora. And now Beekmantown getting some pressure on.
And so Race trying to tie the ball up, does commit a foul. So that's excuse me, it wasn't Race, it was Hughes. It's his third, team's fourth. 5:45 left in the quarter. Potsdam up 10.
Bergen coming out of the contest. That's a key player for them. He's piled up a lot of points here tonight.
Parliament takes a three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Van Wagner. Looking up the court, decides to pull the ball back, waste a little time, and set up the offense. So off the bench, Moran comes in, just barely misses the 3. And Beekmantown is headed the other way. And a jump ball called as Lamora ties it up, and the possession arrow swinging towards Potsdam. And right now it just seems like Beekmantown struggling to find an offensive groove. And even when they do, it seems like Potsdam's got an answer.
And that's really sparked the crowd here. Even the student section really getting into it.
And Van Wagner gets the rebound and puts one off the glass. Potsdam up 12, 5 minutes left in the game. Sand has it on the other side. Fakes the pass, goes low, puts up a shot from under the basket and is fouled, so he'll go to the line shooting 2.
And that's going to be Delaney's second foul.
So Sand's first shot's no good. Race is going to come back into the contest, taking out Delaney with just under 5 minutes left in the game. So Sand's second shot is no good, and Hughes gets the rebound. Van Wagner dishes it off to Hughes. Back over to Race. Van Wagner fakes a shot. Dishes it off to Race. He finds Lamora in the corner. And Lamora hits yet another 3 from the corner, and he is on fire. Potsdam up 15 with 4:23 left in the game. A foul called there on Race.
That really took the momentum out of the contest. Yeah, that foul.
It didn't really seem like a lot was there, but that's Race's third. And a timeout called, but wow, what Lamora just fueling the fire in Potsdam's student section with yet another 3 from the corner.
Yeah, it's interesting offense, you know, how Wagner comes able to get open after his initial pass into his teammate, and then they look for Lamora in the corner, who's just kind of sitting there wide open, and he's now hit. This is his third. He's 3 for. Well, he's got 6 points off those threes. Or 9 points off the threes, and a total of. Let me count it up here. 15 points total. I mean, he is the leading scorer of the team at this point. It's amazing how well he is playing. And Potsdam doing a nice job finally settling back down, just kind of controlling the clock, controlling the tempo, running things down a little bit. And Beekmantown struggling at the foul line to really get anything going. In this fourth quarter so far, you got Sand, who's taken 2 foul shots. He's 0 for 2. And Bergen, who was on the bench, has only got 4 points. So Potsdam doing an excellent job.
Yeah, expect Potsdam to slow the tempo down a little bit and waste the shot clock a little more than they have been. But a inbounds play finds its way to Sand, guarded by Van Wagner. They dish it back out to Laborde. Laborde down to Parliament, and he makes a nice shot from the paint. Potsdam up 13, 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So Van Wagner slow to bring the ball up. Guarded by Laborde, gets it over to Lamora. Gets it in the corner. Picks up his dribble. Swings it over to Hughes. Back to Van Wagner. 10 seconds left. Van Wagner drives in with a nice Euro step. And just what an impressive shot there from Van Wagner. But oh no. Man, Van Wagner is on the floor. And you hate to see it. I mean, it looks like it could possibly be a hamstring.
Hey there, it's he's grabbing his calf muscle, so maybe possibly it's just a cramp. Yeah,
you just gotta hope it's a cramp at this point, but he's gonna have to come out of the game, and that's just a huge loss for Potsdam.
And he did take quite a stretch to get that Euro step, laying in that layup. Really had a tough time putting some pressure on it.
Yeah, he's definitely in pain, and we'll see if Potsdam can hold on without their star player, Ian Van Wagner. Delaney's going to come into the game. And at this point, you just got to hope for a cramp or something that is going to put him back into the game quickly if you're a Potsdam fan. But they're going to have to find somebody who can handle the ball as well as Van Wagner can. So Potsdam's going to call a timeout, probably talk things over, get a new strategy going without Van Wagner, and try to hold on.
Today's game is also available to all subscribers with the NFHS Network mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download it from the App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live and on-demand games wherever you are. Well, there's plenty of contests coming up after the New York State Final Four and regional contests. We also have an All-Star contest in Section 10. Tuesday, March 21st at 5 p.m. SUNY Canton Ruse House will host this, and it's the Jewels of Life. Go to www.jewelsoflife.com. It's a good event, and it's for a good cause. It's a highly competitive game. For the past 31 years, they've been doing this type of showcase.
So Van Wagner walking around now. So most likely it was a cramp, stretching his legs out over on the sideline. So he might make his way back into the game in a bit. Bergen taking the ball out. Gets it into Laborde. Down to Sand. Low post. Tries to get a pocket pass off to Bergen, but was unsuccessful and turns it over to Potsdam. 3 minutes left in the game. Race loses the ball. Last touched by the Eagles, so it's going to stay Sandstoner ball.
One of the key point scorers for Beekmantown's been out on the bench for some time. Bergen.
Delaney with a nice pass to Race, and he would have had a easy basket, but just off the leg, and it headed its way out of bounds. So Beekmantown makes its way down to the other end. Parliament drives left, picks up his dribble, tries to swing it in to Sand. That ball tipped and stolen on both ends, and Sand's going to get the ball right back. So Potsdam up 15. Behind the back pass to Parliament. His three-point shot's no good. Rebounded by Delaney. Delaney's going to take the ball up himself.
Excuse me. Well, in Potsdam's favor, you know, this is taking a lot of time off the clock for they haven't converted on any points, but it's been a back and forth game between both teams, back and down, forth on the court. And the turnovers have taken a lot of time off this clock.
Yeah, both teams with multiple turnovers in this fourth quarter, and Sand called for a travel there as looks like he just kind of got the pass and put a foot down before the ball down. So the Eagles going to call a timeout here, down 15, just 2 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, this is crucial time right now when you're down that many points to what Beekmantown can come up with. And so far, they've only been able to get a couple different players scoring, which is Parliament and Bergen. But in the fourth quarter, they've only acquired at least 6 points. That's it. You know, compared to Potsdam's 11 points. So Potsdam really has done a fantastic job just in the second half. And where it really started was right about the second quarter. All of a sudden, you started having Van Wagner hitting some points, and then in the third quarter, you just had 5 different players contributing. So hopefully Potsdam can hold on here with 2 minutes to go. And it's an amazing run for Potsdam for sure, winning the Section 10 championship over Gouverneur. And if they can win here, they'll head on down to Section 2.
So Potsdam, they do get the ball in. Makes its way back to Race. Lamoro's wide open under the basket, but a nice tip by Sand. The ball is going the other way. Parliament now on the baseline. Spin move, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Delaney. 1:50 left in this game. And a foul on the Eagles, and that's going to be the last foul they have before they head into the bonus. So 1:42, Potsdam up 15. And they try to get it in, but Vu steals it. Eagles headed the other way, get a nice quick basket, which is what they need if they want to come back and advance. And another turnover and a foul, and Lamoro's on the ground. And yet another Potsdam player you do not want to see injured. Looks like he's all right there, just a little shaken up. But he will send Beekmantown to the line.
Potsdam foul to number 24, Dylan Lamora, his second, team 7.
And so Potsdam coach calling a timeout here. Full timeout, Potsdam. But after the timeout, we're going to see the Eagles go to the line, shoot 2, down 13, 1:30 left in the game.
So last time we saw Sand on the line, he had 2 attempts and he was 0 for 2. So, you know, I don't know if that's characteristic of Sand or not, but definitely for it to help his team, he needs hit both these foul shots. About minute 24 to go. Potsdam in a good margin of a lead, 13 points. They just need to find a way to run out the clock. And it really now comes down to almost what do you say about a 3-possession game? If you had somebody on, to get back into this contest, if you had somebody who could hit some 3-pointers, spark your team, now's the time.
It looks like Beekmantown's going to put in a couple of substitutions. And Potsdam going to stay in with the similar crew. Yeah, and a bunch of substitutions coming in here for Beekmantown. Number 4, Xavier Sorrell coming into the game, and Isaiah Francois coming to the game as well. So Sands' first shot gets a friendly bounce, and Van Wagner's going to make his way back into the game for Potsdam.
It looks like he's running well now. I mean, worked out that cramp.
So definitely a big sigh of relief for Potsdam, and Sand trying to just send one off the rim for a rebound, but doesn't make contact with the rim, so that's going to be a violation. Potsdam's ball.
I mean, it's just amazing what these high school students have to do. You know, they're probably up by 6:30 in the morning, go to school all day, have to eat well, drink well, and then play a big contest in the evening.
So Potsdam wasting some clock here. Some of the players looking to foul. Don't want to foul Van Wagner, that's for sure. Just about a minute left in the contest. Looks like Potsdam's kind of dribbling the clock out, which is not the worst idea. Van Wagner over to Hughes. Hughes drives in, and a charge called on Hughes. So Potsdam up 12, 50 seconds left.
Beekmantown's going to have a little sense of urgency here.
Bergen trying to drive in. A foul called before the shot goes off on Delaney. That's his third. He's going to send Bergen to the line on a 1-and-1. Bergen's first shot is up and good. And violation called.
I can see the concept in that, but those things rarely work out when you even at the college level.
Yeah, it's just tough.
You need the points.
Yeah, you need the points, and sometimes you just straight up miss the rim.
Yeah,
as we saw Sand do before. So Potsdam up 11. Another timeout called by Potsdam, just making sure every little aspect of this game is taken care of.
So as it is right now, Potsdam being in the lead with 43 seconds to go, they win this game, they will advance to play in the next round of the New York State Regionals, and that will be held Saturday, March 11th, 5:15 p.m. at Hudson Valley Community College. So if they punch their ticket, that's where they will be. And if they punch their ticket in that contest, they will be headed to the New York State Final Four, which is held in Glens Falls. Interesting contest for sure here tonight, because the story is we have an 8th grader on the Potsdam team with over 1,000 points now. Ian Van Wagner. And you have a team who won their section who wasn't even the top seed. So really it's kind of a Cinderella story.
Yeah, as you said, they're only 11 and 12, and they're looking like they're going to make their way and further into the state playoffs. So Hughes going to take the ball out for Potsdam. Seen this lineup before. They're going to send somebody long. Van Wagner gets crossed half court. Tries to swing it over to Hughes. Turns the ball over. 30 seconds left. Bergen puts one off the glass and shortens the lead to 9.
Yeah, if anybody's going to get fouled here, it's going to be, I'd want it to be Ian Van Wagner. I wish he would hold on to the ball a little longer and let them foul him.
Yeah, so just 22 seconds left in the game, and Hughes is going to go to the line. Shooting a 1-and-1. So he makes the first, extends the lead back to 10. Shot clock turned off. And he makes the second. So Beekmantown, Bergen's got it. Swings it over to the corner for a 3, no good. Rebounded by Potsdam, and they're just going to let the clock run out. So Van Wagner does have to get it across half court, and he does. And that's going to be the final score, 55-44 Potsdam. And they advance on in the playoffs.
What an incredible story for this Potsdam team. You know, and Hughes going to the line there. He, if you look at the number of foul shots that he took tonight, which was 9, he made 6 out of 9 of his foul shots. So hitting your foul shots is a key story when it comes down to the end of the contest. Lamora in the fourth quarter hitting a total of 8 points, 2 of them being 3-pointers. Ian Wagner hit a total of 4 points in the fourth quarter. Had to go out for a short period of time with a cramp. And Potsdam moves on to the New York State Regionals. Congratulations to Potsdam, and congratulations to both teams for making it this far. Thank you for listening to the NFHS Network. We'll see you back here on Friday evening for the Class D New York State semifinals, regionals.